I've always liked long drives. There's something meditative about the hum of the engine, the blur of trees, the rhythmic lane lines slipping under your tires. After my third failed relationship and a job I hated more with each passing day, hitting the road seemed like the only kind of therapy I could afford. So I packed my things. No destination, just a full tank and the soft roar of the interstate stretching endlessly ahead. It was freedom, or at least a convincing impersonation of it. Somewhere in the flat, dusty sprawl of middle Nevada, just past sundown, I saw him, thumb out, duffel bag at his feet, head bowed, like he already knew no one would stop. But I did. I don't know why. Maybe it was the guilt of 1,000 past hitchhikers I'd ignored before, or maybe it was the way he didn't even look up until I hit the brakes, like he knew I'd stop. He was tall, too tall maybe, gaunt, with a long face, and deep-set eyes that didn't blink often enough. He wore a black hoodie, heavy jeans despite the heat, and a strange pendant on a string around his neck. A chunk of polished bone, maybe. I couldn't tell. "Where you headed?" I asked. "Wherever you're going," he said, voice low and oddly calm. I should have driven off right then. I should have felt something. But all I felt was blank, like a dream that forgets to be a dream. I unlocked the door. The smell hit me as he got in. Not bad, just strange, like metal and wet dirt, like something old, something from underground. He didn't speak for a long time, just sat there, hands folded in his lap, staring straight ahead like he was memorizing the road. Eventually, I asked his name. "You can call me John," he said. I didn't believe that was his name, not even for a second, but I didn't push it. Something about his tone, the absolute certainty in it, made me drop the subject. That night, we pulled into a cheap motel on the outskirts of some nowhere town. I offered him his own room, but he refused. Said he'd rather stay in the car. Odd, but okay. I tossed him a blanket, locked my room, and passed out. Around 2:30 a.m., I woke to the sound of scratching, like fingernails on glass. I peeked out the window. He was standing next to the car, dragging his fingers slowly across the windshield, just back and forth, over and over. The moment my eyes met his, he smiled, this crooked, unnatural thing, and climbed back into the passenger seat. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I decided to keep driving. I thought about leaving him there, honestly, just gunning it and not looking back. But when I stepped outside, he was already in the car, engine on, hands on the wheel. I never gave him the keys. I blinked, and then they were back in my pocket. "Ready?" he asked. My mouth went dry. "Sure." That drive felt different. The world seemed to bend around us. We passed the same dead coyote 3 times. Same pose, same buzzards, the same shredded ribcage glistening in the sun. "Déjà vu?" I said, trying to keep it light. He looked at me, and for the first time, I saw something else behind his eyes. Something ancient and starless, like looking into a pit that never ended. "Time's not right out here," he said. "It hasn't been for a long time." I didn't respond. I just drove faster. That night, I insisted on a real motel. 2 beds. I didn't care if I had to cover both rooms. I needed walls between us. But he stood in the doorway of mine and stared at the ceiling. "They watch from above," he said softly, "but they listen from beneath." "What?" He turned to me, smiling again. That same off-kilter stretch of teeth. "Sleep tight." The door clicked shut. I locked it, bolted it, wedged a chair under the knob. Didn't matter. I woke up sometime before dawn, drenched in sweat, heart racing. The chair was across the room. The bolt was undone. He was sitting at the desk, watching me. "I don't dream," he said. "Get out." He stood, hands raised. "I just needed to be sure." "Sure of what?" He just smiled. We didn't talk the next day. I didn't even look at him. I just drove, pushing the speed limit, desperate to outrun whatever vibe he'd brought with him. That's when we crashed. A deer, or something that looked like one. Its antlers were too long, too twisted, eyes too human. It stepped onto the road like it owned it. I swerved, lost control, slammed into a ditch. When I came to, the windshield was spiderwebbed, airbags deflated. My arm hung limp. Something inside cracked or broken. John sat perfectly still. No blood, no scratch, just staring. "We're here," he whispered. "Where?" I groaned. He pointed. Outside, the landscape had changed. Trees were taller. Wrong. The bark shifted like skin. The sky was a heavy gray that pressed down on you. No birds, no wind. Just stillness. I reached for the door. Locked. Every door was. "Let me out." John didn't move. "I told you. I'm going wherever you go. This is where we stop." He turned slowly toward me, and something in his face began to change. Skin sagged. Eyes sank deeper. His mouth grew too wide, too sharp. "You invited me in," he said, voice layered, like many voices echoing each other. I threw myself against the door, kicked, punched. Windows wouldn't shatter. Dashboard wouldn't respond. Radio hummed static in a strange rhythm, like breathing. And he just sat there. "You brought me here," he said, "and now we wait." "For what?" I screamed. He looked up. The sky opened. I don't know how else to explain it. Like a lid unscrewing from the world. Something impossibly large blinked down at us. A shape so vast I couldn't see its edges. Its eye took up the whole sky, and it was looking at me. My body locked. My thoughts froze. And then the screaming started. Not from me, from below, beneath the car, like thousands of mouths wailing in unison. The earth cracked. Hands reached up, gray, two long fingers, with no nails, just raw skin, grabbing at the tires, the doors, the windows. I passed out. When I woke, I was still in the car, still buckled in, still broken, but the forest was gone. Sky was normal again. Engine dead, battery drained. John was still there. "You see it now," he said softly. "See what?" "What waits at the edge?" I tried to move. My arm screamed in pain. I reached for my phone. Dead. "Someone will come," I said. "They'll tow us. They'll help." John shook his head. "We're already forgotten." And he was right. Days passed. The road never saw another car. The radio stayed dead. The food I had rotted in hours. My wounds never healed. But they didn't get worse either. Time stalled, and John never left the car. He didn't eat, didn't sleep, just sat, silent, watching. Sometimes he hummed, low, wordless tunes that made my teeth ache and my skin crawl. Once, I tried to walk away, took a bottle of water, slung a bag over my good shoulder, and started down the road. I walked for 6 hours. When I came back, the car was closer than when I'd started, sitting just behind me. John waved. I stopped trying after that. Now, I don't know how long it's been. Weeks? Months? Time drips here, slow and thick. But something's changing. John's shape is less stable now, flickers at the edges, like static. And at night, I hear tapping beneath the car again. I think they're getting closer. He says soon, I'll understand. That soon, I'll become like him. A passenger, a watcher, an echo. But I won't. I won't. I still have this phone, this note. And if you're reading it, if you're seeing this uploaded somehow, don't stop for anyone. Don't pick them up. Don't look them in the eye. Because once they get in your car, they never leave.